I've had enough. I'll make them say they'll never take another drop of blood from me and judge you all. One final bow. I'll be your end of days. But in the streets, the royals fall. I will do what I must until I see them crawl up to me, where they will say, I'll be your end of days. I'll be your end of days. I'll be your end of days. Black robe judges bring the gavel down. Goodbye, tell me all the ways that I went wrong. Lock us up forever, give them half a chance. Out of sight, out of mind, same old dance. Keep the rebels down, kill their every sound. The more you try to silence me, the more I'm gaining ground. I've had enough. I'll make them say they'll never take another drop of blood from me and judge you all. One final bow. I'll be your end of days. Blood in the streets, the royals fall. I will do what I must until I see them crawl up to me, where they will say, I'll be your end of days. I'll be your end of days. Freedom smile, glad hands, pick your pocket money, gone laughing to themselves and forget your name. Make up any promise as they go and sell your future. We all at a boat, tell me who's to blame. Keep the rebels down, kill their every sound. The more you try to silence me, the more I'm gaining ground. I've had enough. I'll make them say they'll never take another drop of blood from me and judge you all. One final bow. I'll be your end of days. Blood in the streets, the royals fall. I will do what I must until I see them crawl up to me, where they will say, I'll be your end of days. I'll be your end of days. I'll be your end of days.
Oh, MBL Live is back. It is MBL Live broadcast 275 here on the MBL Network. And we've got two great games for you. Before we get there, of course, we have our NBL Live pregame show. It's brought to you each and every week by our graphic sponsor, Web3KS.com. They do so much work for our NBL network across the platform. If you or anyone you know needs graphics done for an affordable price, hit up Web3KS.com. Let them know that NBL sent you. You'll get 15% off your entire order. Web3KS.com, the leaders in affordable graphic design. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us for NBL Live Broadcast 275. I'm OSU. I'm hanging out with my man, the Commissioner Bomber, on one side of your screen. you're going to see a matchup between the Arizona Cardinals, one of the nice surprises here early in the season. The Cardinals taking on the New York Giants, a big test for that Cardinals team. On the other side, an NFC North matchup, it is the Chicago Bears taking on the Green Bay Packers. And Bomber, listen, the games are exciting. Okay, we're pumped to get here. 275. We're nearing that 300 mark, but we got to talk about how Cringe might be the cheapest SOB in the entire world, turning off his controller every time he leaves the room. Bomber, can we get a giveaway for some AA batteries for Cringe?
Look, I don't know if it's AA. When you reach in your pocket and you got nothing but lint and buttons, I guess saving battery life might become an issue, but I'm starting to understand why Cringe's picture on MaddenBomberLeague.com, his division banner picture, he's got glasses on. He needs the glasses. Cringeworthy, he's got the glasses on. You know why? Because it's just going to give him that much more of a higher level of sophistication to make him look more intelligent than he obviously is, because he's walking past the threshold in his living room. He's like, oh, I got to turn the remote off. Got to save some battery life, step right back in, turn it back on. He's the guy that hits the traffic on the highway. He's turning his car off while they're at a dead stop and then turning it right back on, not knowing.
He's like, I don't shift into neutral. Neutral doesn't save enough gas. We turn this bad boy off when we hit the stop lights.
What he doesn't understand is turning your car on actually burns more gas than the idling of your vehicle. So, Cringe, you're going to need to change that about you. Tomorrow work day, make sure you figure that out.
Hey, Bomber, I don't need any batteries in my remote control. There are buttons on the TV for that. Why would I need a remote?
Yeah, that seems to be his MO, is saving battery life. And I'm going, man, if that is a really big issue, first of all, rechargeable batteries are your friend. And they're not expensive, and they last, I've had mine for like 5 years. So having not to deal with that is it's not an issue for me. So
Cringe says he doesn't do the car thing. I'm pretty sure that's because he takes the bus.
Yeah, definitely. Like, there might be an issue.
He's
there
like, why pay $25, $30, $35 to fill up a tank of gas? 60 cents for a bus ride, man. It's the best deal around. So if Cringe's controller dies mid-game, we know why. It's because those batteries have been in there for years.
It's because he left the room for some strange reason. He will still never drink. He's either just a really, really bad liar, which still could be the answer here, or he's insanely cheap or broke. So I guess there's three options right there. But if his battery dies mid-game while he's in the middle of a throw, we know the idea that he's turning his controller off when he leaves the room. That was a lie, and I'd assume that his batteries are in his last life because every remote in his house has been ciphered through for some AA batteries.
TJX is just begging him, go to Amazon. Just get some off of Amazon. We got two great games for you. Let's get right to it. Let's get to our players to watch for broadcast 275 here on the NBL Network. Let's start off with that matchup between the New York Giants and the Arizona Cardinals. For the Giants, Landon Collins has been the defensive leader for this Giants defense for what is about the entire cycle. 14 tackles so far this year. Doesn't have a pick, but he does have 2 passes defended. Bomber, this Giants team's a little tough to get a read on. We've seen them on NBL Live. We've seen them around the league, and at times they look like the defending Super Bowl champions. And then at other times, it seems like they're maybe trying to figure out this identity, a team that has been riding Saquon Barkley in past seasons. Now, with the addition of Jarvis Landry, they're airing it out a lot more, and I just don't know if that fits what the New York Giants are built to do.
Yeah, you look at this team, they're very high talent in skill positions. They've always had Evan Ingram, Odell Beckham, and they've been led by Saquon Barkley. The quarterback carousel has gone up and down. Last year they had Josh Allen. This year they got the rookie, and they also have Derek Carr under center if they need him, backing up and kind of helping out the first-round pick. Here's the deal with the New York Giants. You want to know what their cap space situation is right now? Let's veer just a little bit to the left here. $60,000. Odell Beckham.
So they're like Cringe. They have no money in their pocket.
Exactly. They're definitely cost saving around the office. The batteries are definitely being returned back to a central location at the end of the day. They're checking the life on the battery to see how much you're actually using throughout the day on everything. Electricity is being shut off after noon. So here's the deal with the New York Giants right now. Landon Collins, Odell Beckham, both of their contracts are up. They got $60K in cap space right now. It's going to be a really tight. I expect one of them to hit free agency. And since we're talking Landon Collins and we talk about how important Odell Beckham has been since they've gone into this new, I've invested in a quarterback, I'm going to drive the ball down the field passing it, I'd expect Landon Collins to be a free agent next year. That's just a little insight there here on NBL Live Broadcast 275.
On the flip side, for this Arizona Cardinals team, Josh Rosen having for him, a pretty decent start to the season. 82.5 passer rating, 652 yards, 4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. And Bomber, this Cardinals team, This was a team that was picked to be third in the division by the Bleacher Report team, and you and I both said, this Cardinals team's not getting enough respect. They know how to win their division games. They're winning every game right now, but they have a test against the New York Giants. And my question for you is, we've seen this patch that came through Madden a couple days ago. We're seeing a lot more falling forward from these running backs. That's got to be a benefit to a team like the Arizona Cardinals, who has a guy like David Johnson who already runs through defenders.
Yeah, if you're a ground and pound team and you're going to be falling forward, you would think a guy like David Johnson, even though David Johnson, obviously this year he's averaging 8.4 yards per carry, been phenomenal. He's 30 years old. Injury bug has kind of plagued him over the last couple seasons, but yeah, it definitely has to be something that favors this 3-0 Arizona Cardinals team. I want to take a look last season. We talk about the Arizona Cardinals last year. They got off to a hot start. I believe they started 2-0 or 3. I think it was actually 3-0. Then they faced the Detroit Lions week 4. And that ended up being where everything kind of went south for a little bit, but they do as they always do. They come back at the very end and they figure it out. And they ended up winning their division last season. But yeah, it was actually week 3. They came off a victory against the Vikings and then a blowout victory against the Niners. Then they got blown out versus the Lions. They got blown out versus the Giants 38-7. And it just all went down. They got blanked by the Seahawks 23-0. They lost to the Bucks 33-7. I think that's going to be a similar scenario here. I think the Giants are going to run away with this game. Cardinals are going to kind of get down on themselves and go through a little low point, but then they're going to find a way to win the division like they always do.
On the flip side, an NFC North matchup between the two teams who aren't even in the lobby yet for some reason. It is the Bears and the Packers. Let's start off with the Chicago Bears and Leonard Floyd at outside linebacker. A phenomenal start to the season, especially for a linebacker. 5 sacks already, 2 tackles for loss, and a fumble recovery. And Bomber, we know the Chicago Bears team. They're going to rely on that defense. They've had actually a rough start to the season. My question, I mean, you know these teams about as well as anybody being in this division. Are the Chicago Bears, are they sort of coming back, I don't want to say down to earth, but are they regressing a little bit from a team that has been a perennial playoff team in the NFC? Are we seeing this Bears semi-dynasty take a step back and we may be looking at the Bears out of the playoffs this year?
I don't know if I'm going to go that far just yet with the Chicago Bears, but obviously things have changed in Chicago. This is a team that usually gets off the slow starts, but this 1-2 start is a little bit different than most. I say that because they're bottom 4 in the NBL right now offensively, only averaging 12 points per game, and their defense is at the bottom 14 of the league right now, giving up 21 points per game, even in their biggest struggles at the beginning of the year, which normally we notice this OSU. It's a pattern with Chicago. They get off the slow starts. This slow start is slightly more unique and a little bit more concerning. If I'm a Chicago Bears fan right now, I'm looking around, I'm going, okay, who's getting older here? Okay, Jordan Howard's getting a little bit older. Allen Robinson's getting a little bit older. Anthony Miller, Corey Davis. What is going on here? What is really the downfall of this team so far? Why are we struggling so bad defensively when that's usually our bread and butter? Bryce Callahan, cornerback, he's 30 years old. Yes, 95 speed, 93 excel, but these are a lot of players that are kind of on the decline right now, and I'd like to see Chicago just push a little bit more youth into this lineup this upcoming offseason. Maybe that will help curb some of these really slow starts that they're having, but I think they'll be all right tonight at home.
On the flip side for the Green Bay Packers, who else but Derek Patterson? He has been a stalwart of this offense. 7 catches, 179 yards, and 2 touchdowns, 25.6 so far this season. We know how much of a deep threat Patterson is. Bomber, it's weird to say this, but right now, and it's only week 4, but this Green Bay Packers team is at the top of the division. Part of it is they've had a relatively light schedule, but they do have a nice win in week 1 over the New York Jets, a team that has been a playoff team in the AFC for a couple of seasons now. They beat the Philadelphia Eagles. They had a tough loss to the Washington Redskins, who are having a great resurgence. Is this Green Bay Packers team going to be maybe in the mix for a wild card, or are we set for a crash landing in Lambeau?
It's a tough schedule upcoming. Let me read off the teams they got. Chicago. They're 1-2 obviously right now, but still a formidable team, a playoff team. The Atlanta Falcons are balling at 3-1. The Patriots are balling at 3-1. The Lions 2-2 have been winning that division. Then they go Falcons, Niners, which is a little break, but then they're back. Giants, Bears again, and then Vikings, Lions, Cowboys. So I see about 6 or 7 games left that are really going to be tough for this 2-1 Green Bay Packers team. If I'm a Packers fan right now, I'm thinking if we can get 8-8 this year, I think we are a playoff team next season. I think that's the run. But we're gonna see tonight. If they come away with a big win tonight, I might be saying, you know what, Green Bay might be the real deal.
Let's take a look at what our Bleacher Report team says for this Week 4 matchup. Their picks here on this NBL Live Super Show for the Bears and the Packers. If you're a fan of the green and white, I have news for you. The Bleacher Report team is not on your side. Every single person going the way of the Chicago Bears. On the flip side, if you're a Cardinals fan, Gibbs is with you, but nobody else is. Gibbs standing alone on that island. Everyone else going with the New York Giants to win that game. These are two early tests for some teams we're going to find a little bit about. The Arizona Cardinals, they've had a nice start to the season, but can they win a game over New York Giants team that they got blown out by last year? Can the Green Bay Packers keep hold of this division right now with a win over the Chicago Bears? Fun fact, the Chicago Bears, last 2 weeks, total of 7 points scored. They're going to have to do more today.
Wow.
It's time to get your picks, Bomber. Let's start out with that Cardinals and Giants matchup. A lot of people, I think Z-Star said double blowouts in the Super Show. This Cardinals team, I think, is a little better than people think they are, but do the New York Giants, as the favorites in this game, get their win as the defending champs?
Yeah, and Z-Star saying double blowouts. I'm right there with you, man. I see the Cardinals at 3-0, the Giants at 3-0. Cardinals know how to do one thing, that's win their division, but they don't know how to win the big game. Giants are at home tonight. I expect them to walk through nicely, and we're going to be talking maybe back-to-back Super Bowl champions. They did win season 36. This is season 37. I think the Giants could absolutely do it. I'm going to be watching the quarterback play here for the New York Giants, only because when you get a young fella under center, let's see how Graham Foote is going to throw on the bright lights. We saw him against the Dallas Cowboys Week 1 NBL Live broadcast number 274. Now we get him at 275, and then we're going to get him again 276 this Saturday. So I'm really excited to see what he's going to be able to do. The New York Giants, we're getting a lot of them early in this season, rightfully fitting because they are the Super Bowl champions.
Bears.
So I got the Giants over the Cardinals. Let's go 35-10.
Bears only scoring 7 points the last 2 weeks. They were shut out by the Saints. They only scored 7 points last week against the Redskins. Bomber, do they get back on track against these Green Bay Packers?
I think they do, but it's going to be closer than most people think. I'm going to say the Chicago Bears just kind of limp past the Green Bay Packers 21-17, and I would say the Packers are going to keep it real close, maybe even have a lead going into halftime. And if they can just use that and play protected football offensively, protect the ball, do not turn it over, they might have a chance to steal one here on the road in Chicago. But, I mean, anything's possible with this very highly talented Green Bay Packers team.
There's only
but
one
I'm going
way.
Bears. Yeah.
I mean, and as most are, you see in the chat, Motor saying Bears 24-10. Brad saying 35-7. We will see. NBL Live brings out the craziest outcome, so who knows what will happen. A little Thursday night NBL Live. Appreciate everybody tuning into the NBL Live pregame show, but it is game time here on the NBL Network. Coming up next, a big divisional matchup on one hand. On the other hand, a game where we're going to find a lot about these Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals and Giants on one side, Packers and Bears on the other. NBL Live 275. It's coming up right now here on NBL Live.
I just want to say, hey, man, this is T.O., the cover athlete of the Madden 19 Hall of Fame edition, and you're watching the gold standard of the franchise mode, the NBL Network. Holla.
That is right. NBL Live is back. Broadcast 275 here on the NBL Network. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. I'm OSU. I'm hanging out with my man, the commissioner of the NBL. It is Bomber. On the left side of your screen, it's the Green Bay Packers taking on the Chicago Bears. Packers at the top of the NFC North, but they've got their biggest test so far this season against the Draco defense and the Chicago Bears. On the right side of your screen, the Arizona Cardinals have been a nice surprise out of the NFC West, but can they get a win over the defending Super Bowl champion, the New York Giants? It is two massive games here on NBL Live 275. Bomber, it is great to be back on the network, and we're going to be bringing you some great matchups, including coming up on Saturday, a new little spin on NBL Live with our Saturday night showcase featuring your Detroit Lions.
Yeah, Detroit Lions taking on the New York Giants. That's going to be a fun watch, I believe, for the fans. Hopefully, we can come out, show out, keep it close, and come away with the W is always the objective when you play a tough team like the New York Giants.
As the kicks are away, Chicago starting with the ball on the left side of your screen. He's got a big hole. He's got nobody in front of him. Oh, disastrous start for the Packers. He's to the 20, to the 10, take it to the house. Big fella, touchdown Bears. They've only scored 7 points in the last 2 games, Bomber. They got that out of the way in about 6 seconds. seconds.
Yeah, you look at Raymond right there, gets to the outside on the left side of the field and just pretty much goes untouched. When you're talking about special teams and you're talking about talent, the Green Bay Packers have one of the faster, more aggressive, athletic teams in the NBL, so it's kind of weird to see Henry Raymond come away with that kind of play right there, just finding a way to get into the end zone early in this game.
Odell Beckham open down the field to the 37-yard line, so Bomber, these two underdogs, boy, talk about awful starts. A kickoff return for the Packers puts them down 7-0. First play from scrimmage for the Giants. 38 yards down the field to Odell Beckham. Bomber, how do you lose a guy like OBJ in coverage?
I don't know. At this point, Patrick Peterson needs to just start following Odell around, but you also got to worry about the Juice Jarvis Landry there on the right side. He can make plays and make it happen. They brought him over for Cleveland, getting that LSU connection back alive and well. Let's see if it pays dividends for him today.
A little Saquon Barkley to the outside for the Giants. Going to pick up 5. Setting up a 2nd down and 5. And keep track of the Bears and Packers on the small screen left side. But we're going to be full screen right now with Arizona and New York as the Giants already driving. Packers, got to think they're going to be going to Derek Patterson early and often as they actually hand it off on 1st down. And there's that falling forward for you, picking up a yard. Going to bring up a 2nd and 9.
You look at Khalif Raymond right there, 94 speed, 95 excel. That's the guy who returned it. They just brought him in actually from free agency, the 5'9", $160 from Holy Cross, 28 years old. 94 speed, 95 excel, man. He just looked electric on that kick return right there. 91 agility, just basically untouched down the left side, OSU. You just can't teach speed, and right there he showed you why.
And great blocking by that special teams as the hole over the left side was wide open, and I don't know if he needed all that speed to get to the house. A great start for the Bears. 7-0 in that game, but we're here with the New York Giants and the Arizona Cardinals. 1st and 10 after Saquon Barkley picks up the 1st down. 3 wide receiver set, 2 over to the right side. Beckham alone on the left side. Big shout out to Big Dad Mel with the bits. Hand off to Barkley. Left side, big hole. Barkley taken down at the 14-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and so far, Bomber, I'm nervous for this Cardinals team. They've had a nice start to the season, but I don't know if they have the offense to come back or even keep up in a shootout game.
Yeah, but let's talk about the open field tackling for Patrick Peterson. You're going to ask him to cover Odell Beckham, and then he has to come off Odell Beckham, and he has to be the one to make the stop. And right there, he tackles him. No fall forward for Saquon Barkley there, so that's actually a pretty phenomenal job for Patrick Peterson. But let's not put too much pressure on this guy. He's got a big ask in front of him to kind of stop his man Odell Beckham tonight.
There's that tackle forward. Freeman picks up a couple extra at the end, down to the 3-yard line. Giants in business. Big shout out to Jamie with the bits. 3rd and 7, as you can see on the small screen left side for the Green Bay Packers, looking to answer that early kickoff return. But the New York Giants are in business.
Welcome to the network, baby.
It's going to be a lot of Saquon Barkley. Shout out to Dubers with the sub. 1st and goal. Hand off to Barkley. Nice cut tackle on the interior of that line. Early shed and able to bring down Barkley for no gain. Problem is, Bomber, it's only 2nd down.
Yeah, the thing is, you get him running downhill, he's going to fall forward. He's going to get an extra yard or 2 just falling forward alone. Right there, you take his legs out from him. You don't allow this big, strong, the bottom half of his body. It's like tree bark down there. He's just running and grinding and falling forward. Right there, you take his legs out and he doesn't go anywhere.
Cross play, Royce Freeman trying to get to the edge, and he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Giants. It wasn't Saquon. It's the bowling ball. Royce Freeman with the toss play to the right side, and that's no match one-on-one at the 1-yard line. Freeman is able to power through the tackle, get into the end zone, and they shank the extra point because I can only assume Cringe's controller turned off right as that kick meter was coming down.
Did it really?
I just assumed.
Oh, okay.
I assume his TV turned off is what happened.
With the ability to fall forward now, you're seeing it more prevalent. These power backs, maybe there's an opportunity for them to get on the field a little bit more now. It's right there, 88 speed, 89 excel, 82 agility. This is a guy that was just getting stopped before this recent patch. Power backs weren't even falling forward at all, so they were just getting stood up. So they had no real value, no elusiveness. They were getting tackled. Right there, Freeman, you get him on a toss, you get him going downhill with the corner over there. He just runs him over, gets into the end zone. This isn't an athletic, very light on his feet kind of halfback either. This is a 5'11", 231 bowling ball, as you said, Royce Freeman, finding his way into the end zone. Nice little job mixing it up in the backfield for the New York Giants, keeping the offense off balance.
First down 10 for the Cardinals with the ball. They're going to hand it off to David Johnson. One-on-one with Reed. He shakes him off. And then he breaks another tackle over the first down marker. So they're going to mark him at the 35, only an 8-yard gain. Big 3rd and 10 for the Green Bay Packers. They picked up a big 3rd and 7 early in this drive. Can they pick up this one? Play clock down to 2, down to 1. And listen, Playa is very old, and he might have fallen asleep.
Yeah,
it's
right
a non-zero chance.
You're just kind of questioning what Carson was doing. Why not just call the timeout, burn it right there? Third and 10 is much easier to pick up than 3rd and 15. At this point, you got to think the Chicago Bears are going to send some heat here on 3rd and 15.
2nd and 2 for the Arizona Cardinals on the left side of your screen. Play action pass for Josh Rosen, rolling out, nobody open, and he's going to throw it just right to Lorenzo Carter for an inexplicable reason, as it wasn't even remotely open. So that game might already be over. 3rd and 15, shotgun formation for Carson Wentz. 3-man rush from the Chicago Bears. Steps up, looks to the right side. Wow, tight coverage. He fits it in there, but it's going to be short of the marker. Interesting to see that route not run to the marker. Sanford with the catch, but the Packers going to be forced to punt. But Bomber, let's talk about old Serp and Josh Rosen.
Yeah, just throw it away.
Any explanation?
At that point, it's okay to throw it away. Rosen decides, hey, I'm just going to put it out there, and hopefully it just goes through the defender. But right there, it didn't happen. So there's some issues as Saquon Barkley's starting to get loose right now.
Picking up 7. This is a staple, by the way, of the Green Bay Packers, Bomber. They use a lot of the play clock. There's not even a question of what play could possibly be, but it is play. It's a lot of play clock usage. There's not going to be a whole lot of Green Bay may win the time of possession solely because of that.
Yeah, right there, taking a little bit of time punting the ball there. Don't understand that one. To the outside, Raymond there trying to make a play, finding his way back down to the 19-yard line. How great has this guy been in special teams? Nice pickup there for the
Ball's out. Oh, it's a free-for-all. Can the Cardinals get there? They can. It's picked up by Arizona. Anthony Zettel recovers the fumble as it looked like Graham Footbomber did just a massive rookie mistake.
What is that? That's a rookie mistake right there. Rolling to the outside, throw it away, continues to drop back, takes a big hit and loses the ball.
How about a big sack for the Green Bay Packers? On the left side of your screen, Devondre Campbell with the sack, setting up a 2nd and long. But Arizona, new life. Can Rosen keep it in his own team's hands? As he's going to make a smart choice and just hand that bad boy off. Just give that to David Johnson. Let him run up the middle, pick up a couple, set up a 2nd and 4.
And that extra point miss there for the New York Giants is the reason why the score is 6-0 as New York drove down the field, ended up scoring with their secondary back. Their power back got in on a toss at the goal line. Arizona found a way to give it right back to him, and then the Giants returned the favor, and now Josh Rosen's driving as they just passed midfield.
2nd and 4. Rosen dropping back on the right side of your screen. Rosen gets hit, and he goes down. As Lorenzo Carter already got a pick in this game, well, he's going to get there on 2nd down, setting up a 3rd and 12. And once again, Bomber, boy, as I said, I just don't know if Arizona has the offense. They've got to keep these games low scoring because Josh Rosen, it ain't pretty.
You get into a 2nd and 4, you take a sack, and it turns to 3rd and 12. That's just no in-the-pocket awareness, pocket presence there for Josh Rosen. Really concerning to start this game.
3rd and 16 on the left side, 3rd and 12 on the right side. Rosen driving back to pass on 3rd and 12. What is... Step up in the pocket. Step up in the pocket. You know that Vernon and Carter, Bomber, are quick, and they're going to get around the edge. Your tackles are getting beat all day, and Josh Rosen just keeps drop, and he drops to the ground for the 2nd time on that drive, ending what could have been a huge momentum change, considering they got that fumble.
You got to step up right there. Pocket presence for Josh Rosen, really a concern to start this game. A little paranoid, dropping back to try to buy time. But in actuality, dropping back that deep is actually killing his time in the pocket because he's not allowing his blockers to really block for him. He's allowing the defender to essentially have more room to just run around, attack the edge. And right there, you just head-scratching moment for a player that's been in the league now 5 seasons.
Green Bay, by the way, got a big stop on their defensive drive against the Chicago Bears. They get the ball back. Ingram on the underneath. I think that was cross-drag right there. Was indeed. That's an easy read. 1st and 10 for the Green Bay Packers. On the left side of your screen, 47 seconds left. This one looks like it's going to be a run play. Tight end coming in motion, a little counter action. And he fights through a tackle, is able to get to the 40-yard line, picks up 2 for Williams, going to set up a 2nd and 8.
Yeah, see, if I'm coming in, Draco right there, he's coming in, he's got a blitzer, the linebacker, and he A-tackles. I would like to see a hit stick there. Just light him up. He's not moving. You get into the A-tackle, you're starting to arm tackling. When you're the one with the leverage downhill, you got help behind you. I think that's an opportunity to get a fumble kind of missed by the Chicago Bears. That's what we've seen before. He comes flying in there, hits him with the hit stick, boom, the ball comes out. That's the turnovers you get from Chicago. Right now, they've had so many missed tackles in the first couple weeks, OSU may be a little hesitant to bring out the boomstick here early in this game.
Nice fake hike there to pick up 5 yards instead of a 2nd and 3 for Green Bay as New York and Arizona. They're going to go to the second quarter. The score 6-0 New York on top. Bomber, I'm scared for these Arizona Cardinals because Saquon Barkley is rolling early, and New York, they might just hand the ball off to Saquon Barkley 30 times tonight.
I think New York at this point is trying to establish the passing game, so that might make us believe Arizona's mathematically still in the game. But what we've seen so far easily could be 21-0 right now. That's the kind of dominance I've seen from the New York Giants on both sides of the ball. Just a couple mental mistakes there for the young rookie quarterback of the New York Giants, but so far they've played phenomenal.
And off on 2nd and 3. That's going to be a first
Nice
down for the
run.
Green Bay Packers. Williams picking up the first down. Bar. That was great blocking up front against a very talented and athletic Chicago front.
Yeah, it really is. Chicago up front usually is very menacing, and they're able to just kind of impose their will on other offensive lines. But the Green Bay Packers doing a great job kind of holding them at bay and picking and choosing when he's going to turbo up the field. I like the run there from Playa and these Green Bay Packers there on that first down.
JB in the chat saying, give it to Barkley. I need fantasy points. 2nd out and 7 for Graham Foote, the rookie, and the New York Giants. Barkley in the backfield, 3 wide receivers over to the left side. Looks like it's going to be Saquon once again. The blocking is good. He's got a big hole past the 50, past the 40, down to, they'll call him inside the 40-yard line. 8 carries, 66 yards already. Barkley over 8 yards per carry. Arizona not able to stop him at all. 1st and 10 for the Green Bay Packers on the left side of your screen. They're at midfield. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. And Chicago's going to call a timeout. I think the PAF.
Yeah, you know what that was.
Coming.
Yeah, man coverage. He didn't like where he was. He did not like the situation. Calls timeout, strategic timeout for the Chicago Bears. You never want to go into the first half, give up a big play, and then walk away with all those timeouts. So New York Giants, too much time. Evan Ingram, touchdown,
space.
Baby. Wow.
Can't leave that guy open, Bomber. Evan Ingram's having a phenomenal season for the New York Giants.
I told you, it felt 21-0. We might actually get there. They're probably they're going to kick the extra point. I thought New York would just go for 2 here and just say, you know what, let's get that 14 back on the board.
13-0 New York up in that one. Little counterplay. Williams right up the middle, fights through the tackle, picks up a yard, and Bomber, that's what we're talking about. This patch came through. That would have been a play where he would have been stopped dead in his tracks and would have lost 2 yards. But you're seeing all these running backs, wide receivers, all these tackles, that animation getting pulled forward. It's giving them some extra yards on the ground.
Wish I'd get it. I haven't got it really yet. I've been.
Neither have I. Tevin Coleman doesn't fall forward a lot.
Yeah, neither does Malik Ali. Maybe I need a power
But
back.
Samaje Perine, he's a beast now. He fights through tacklers. As a ball's out in Arizona, it's picked up by New York.
Max! See, here's the problem with Arizona. They've dropped back so much. They've made so many bad decisions so far. Now they're starting to see ghosts, right? They're starting to think that the defense is there when it's not. Is it really here? Is it not? And they're just taking hits. Now they fumble the ball. And it's just a devastating time right now here. Broadcast 275.
He was close to the end zone. He's in the end zone. Touchdown Giants.
Talk about some hands. That's the best receiver in the game. I'd say that's the best receiver in the NBL right now. Athletically, skill-wise, 29 years old. I don't know if he'll be a New York Giant next year, but look at his catch. There's only a few in the NBL who can make that kind of catch in traffic and hold on to it consistently, and he's one of them.
Out route there, boy. Carson Wentz is highly rated, Bomber. That throw I can make. I can spike into the ground 5 yards in front of the out route.
We saw a curl early in this game that probably should have been picked, and I was thinking to myself, and I didn't say it out loud, wow, that was a really well-placed ball for Carson Wentz, kind of saved playa. And now the out route on the left side.
59-yard field goal attempt.
Is the wind with him?
From 59 from the left hash mark. He's on the Chicago Bears logo. Ball is down. The kick is up. Does it have the leg? He cleared the bar with that from 59. Wow. Must have had a stiff wind behind him. Green Bay picks up 3. What a kick there. That might be one of the best kicks I've seen, Bomber. You got to pull back on that stick. It's a low line drive kick, using the wind to his advantage and cutting into this Bears lead.
You know, one thing I'll say about Playa is, as old as he might be, and maybe he's not as quick on the sticks as he once was in his prime, he actually kicks field goals like a 17-year-old. I mean, he just doesn't. Field goals, he's really, really good at. If there was a field goal kicking competition for 60 over in Madden, he's definitely my favorite. I have never seen anybody. I mean, we've had older players in the league, Deca and stuff. You see people miss field goals, but he player really doesn't. He's got the field goal game on lock.
D. Croft in the chat saying, just want to say, thought you did an amazing job at the club championship. Hope you get another opportunity to commentate future games. D. Croft, appreciate the love.
Well, you do.
And I do
we already
indeed.
broke the news, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to be down at the Madden Challenge in March 15th to the 17th. I'll be down there calling the Madden Challenge with Scott Cole and RG, helping out down there. I'm also going to be, next Friday, I'll be broadcasting with Mudhead for their Friday Night Football, sponsored by Grubhub, as Josh Rosen just threw another pick. He's completed 1 pass to his own team, 2 to the other one. Next Friday, I'll be with Mudhead. That'll be Friday night over on twitch.tv/MudheadTV, and then again at the end of the month. So if you like this ugly fat guy mug, you're going to see him all over the place in March. It's a busy month, but I appreciate the love, D. Croft, and hope...
And you'll still be able to catch him here?
Yeah,
So
I'll be here too. Why not?
if you miss him at any other place, you come back here and say, hey, where can I catch you next? We'll constantly be pushing the schedule. OSU got some big things coming up, making a little bit of dough, making some money, making some bread, doing some great jobs, man. Phenomenal job you did at the challenge. I think everybody already said that. We've already said it all. So you already know how the NBL feels about it. Phenomenal work. Just an extraordinary talent. And it just sucks, every time we do NBL Live and you're like, the second best on here. Is that awkward?
I know, it's tough. It's brutal. It's brutal being second fiddle.
Hey, man, hey, just let me live it up for a minute, please.
I mean, second fiddle to Sclam is what I'm saying. He's the true star. Robo Sclam. As, we're probably going to be on this Green Bay-Chicago game for a good portion. You can keep track of the Giants-Cardinals, but it's already 20-0. Josh Rosen has completed 1 pass to his team, 2 passes to the other team. He's also fumbled the ball. 1st and 10. That's an incomplete pass from Marquise Neal. Marquise Neal might be one of the young quarterbacks that nobody really talks about because Chicago relies on their defense so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Marquise Neal, even when he was a rookie, he was having this crazy rookie campaign. I'm going to pull up the stats right now. This was a guy selected in the late first round pick 2 seasons ago. NBL season 35, he was a rookie. He had a QBR of 116. He was throwing 78% completion. Last year, he dropped to a 100 QBR, 15 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 67%. But his rookie year, 78% completion, and he threw for 3,300 yards. How great is that? They stop him right there. No falling forward on that one.
Yeah, Jordan Howard bounced off the first tackle, but couldn't get through the second one as Arizona forces a punt, so an interception almost assuredly coming from Josh Rosen. And the Cardinals offense 20-0 defending Super Bowl champs on top in that game. In this game, though, Green Bay's, they're sticking to it, man, and a lot of it's because Chicago has struggled offensively. Their only touchdown, let's be clear, they have not gotten in an offensive touchdown today. They got the kick return on the opening kick, but they haven't done really much else other than that. Green Bay still trying to figure it out. 3rd and inches. Looks like it's going to be Jordan Howard. Bounces outside. Big hole, 1st down, and more. Gets stood up at the 34-yard line. Only the third carry
the
for Jordan
athleticism
Howard.
and the physicality on the defensive side of the ball for the Green Bay Packers. They said, who cares about the patch? Watch what we do. Jordan Howard's getting stood up. Maybe Malik Ali's more of a Jordan Howard one-cut kind of halfback. He's not really falling forward as well as some of the bigger halfbacks in this game, the Barkleys and the David Johnsons, maybe the bigger kind of one-cut halfbacks in the game. But, man, I'll tell you what, I've been impressed with Green Bay, just so athletic.
David Johnson, another nice carry there. He's 6 carries, 48 yards. Arizona, keep feeding that guy because when Josh Rosen has the ball, it ain't pretty. Marquise Neal on 1st and 10. He finds Watt underneath, stripped, and it's picked up by the Packers. Oh, a huge user strip as Tremaine Edmonds falls on the football.
Are you kidding me?
Rips it out.
62 years old, and he's user stripping Draco in a key point of the game. I like what I see. This is just a very physicality A+ there for the Green Bay Packers on the defensive side of the ball. I tell you, this team is well built. What are we in our 5th season now? Madden 19. Started NBL season 33, 34, 35, 36. Yeah, this is season 5.
The math's there, folks.
It's right
just
there.
Good counting.
Count it with your hands. Count it with your fingers. I mean, you look at this.
1, 2, 3.
Phenomenal. Count it with you. 1, 2.
Fumble.
Just phenomenal building of the team.
Well, that was not a pretty fumble recovery attempt by that offensive lineman who had nobody around him. He fell down way short of it. It wasn't pretty. By the way, Arizona, another sack. Josh Rosen. So you got to think they're going to be throwing it again. They are indeed. He stays in the pocket. He waits in the pocket. He had lots of people open, waits till it's double covered, and it's picked off.
Yeah, that's just inability to just throw it away. If it's not open, it's okay. Your defense, if the Arizona Cardinals offense gave them anything, right? If we look at this game and say, hey, they gave them something, this could easily be a one-score game. The defense has been pretty good for the Arizona Cardinals. It's the offense that continuously puts them in bad spots on the field and gives them that bad field position and keeps them on the field. I think the Arizona Cardinals defense hasn't been too bad so far.
Woo! The Madden 18 out route from Carson Wentz. Oh, smart routed that out route to the first down marker and delivered a strike. It's a first down from the Packers, a minute 50 and counting in that game.
Look at Player right here, just dicing them up. I mean, let's take away the kick return. This could be 3-0. This could be a Green Bay lead. Now they're driving down the field. Carson Wentz has them slicing and dicing. This team's looking good. Watch Valdez-Scantling tight on the right side.
Ball's out for Graham. Foot picked up by the offensive lineman. Woo, what a spin move off that tackle by Williams. Down to the 50-yard line. He'll pick up 4. That could have been stopped for no gain, but Williams keeps the feet going. It shakes off the tacklers. Green Bay looking to put points on the board before the half.
Yeah, you got a minute 20 left. This is the old Aaron Rodgers move. Score before the half. Get it back to start the second half. A little 2-for-1 action. And right here, 2nd and 4, they can stay balanced, stay with the run, or try to drive the ball down the field, or even take something underneath to keep the chains moving.
3rd and 20 for the Giants. They're going to chuck it up. One-on-one, Odell Beckham. Nice swat. Good swat there. As the Giants will be forced to punt, but 20-0. Arizona in a lot of trouble. 2nd down and 4. Pitch to Williams. He gets to the edge. He gets the first down. Spin move. Player may be over 60, but he's showing up the moves tonight, Bomber, as the Packers are in business. Everybody predicted a blowout in this one, and Player went not so fast, my friend.
Not me. I tell you what, this team is talented, and Player's got his dancing shoes on the knife. He knocked on the wife's door. He said, hey, baby, you ready? We going dancing tonight. Pitching it outside, spinning and winning, picking up the first down. How great do the Green Bay Packers look? And actually, I'm rooting for them now because everybody loves an underdog, and there's no bigger underdog than a 60-plus-year-old man slicing and dicing on a young kid here in Madden.
Handoff to Williams. Not a whole lot on the left side. Bomber, the question is, does Playa understand the clock is running?
Yeah, that's the thing. Hopefully it doesn't expire. 2 timeouts here. Maybe he's saying, you know, we're going to be the last ones with the ball. That's how he sees it. I'm going to play it smart here. If I got to get a field goal, I get a field goal. I get the ball to start the second half. Got an opportunity to take the lead that way. Just cannot have a turnover here. No interception.
29 seconds and counting. Green Bay holding on to those timeouts like a fat guy holds on to a donut. 2nd down and 9. Clock's still running. Play action pass for Wentz. He's lobbing it up. Looking left side. One-on-one. Nice defensive play. That's a bold throw there, Bomber, but he was looking for the touchdown. 3rd and 9, 14 seconds left.
Yeah, you got the speedster Derek Patterson there on just a little bend route back to the pylon. You put it up. He's small. He's not the biggest receiver, so throwing a jump ball to him, I don't quite understand it, but hey, when he's the first overall pick in the MVL Season 35 rookie draft, you got to lay it out for him to play it out, and right there they did just that.
Josh Rosen, by the way, 2 of 7, 55 yards and 3 interceptions.
Yeah, he's just looking deep cross way too much at this point. He's not even taking anything underneath. And the New York Giants are ready for it.
Oh, they ran the end around. Oh, I love it. Player pulling out all the stops. 8 seconds, counting. Derek Patterson takes the carry. Does he know the clock is running? He does. He calls the time.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I was worried for a second. You got it in my head that maybe he didn't know just because.
We saw a delay game earlier. I was just wondering, is they're going to attempt this field goal from the 25-yard line?
But I hyped up his kicking. Hopefully I didn't jinx him here.
Yeah,
hopefully I didn't give
that's
him
the commentator jinx right there. As Fupa Cheese 3, which, by the way, awesome name, says this commentary is grade A. I appreciate it, my friend. Thank you so much for tuning in. Ball is down. The kick is up, and the kicking master puts it through the uprights. It's a 7-6 ball game.
Hey, we're really jinxing him right now. The kicking master. I mean, this is going to come down to a field goal. You realize this, right?
Doink off the crossbar.
He's going to Detroit Lion it in the playoffs. Maybe back-to-back. I don't think anybody can do that. Even though it was from 59-60, so I feel less bad about that. But still, that was a pretty crazy to bounce it off 2 times in a row. I don't think that's ever really been done.
As the Packers get the ball to start the second half up. By down 7-6. Bobby, you said that the Packers might have a halftime lead. They're only down 1, though. And
I tell you, man.
At the end of the day, the Packers have been the better team.
Their offense has scored twice. The Bears' offense has not scored. So, yeah, I think Green Bay has looked better. Chicago's still looking real shaky right now. Not too confident. With the Green Bay Packers having the ability to blitz, pressure you down the field whenever they want. This is a very good team and very talented team who has drafted well for now 5 seasons.
By the way, New York and Arizona, they've hit the second half. 1st and 10, handoff to Williams, right side. picking up another 5. Slow start for Williams, but 10
that
carries,
drag
38
forward.
yards.
Yeah,
And
I like
the
that
offensive
drag
line is
forward
playing
animation
great.
there. You see, it was just arm tackling. He continues to keep his feet moving. Now you're wondering, who is this kid? Who is this kid running the ball? Marquise Williams, right? That's who we got. 3.4 yards per carry. He is actually a second-year pro out of the University of Texas. Second-round pick, early second-round NBL season, 35 rookie draft, 90 speed, 88 excel. Elusiveness is 79, 93 agility. He's a good player. Solid second-round pick for this team, and he just continues to keep his feet moving and falling forward. Has been helping him so far in this game.
Second down and 5 for the Green Bay Packers. Wentz, he's going to hand it off once again. Why not? Ride the big fellow who fights through the tackles, picks up 7. Another first down for the Packers. Bomber, here's what's impressing me, and has always impressed me about a guy like Playa. Even when there's so many people who like to press when they're losing. You end up chucking the ball downfield. If you want to see what that's like, just check out the smaller screen. But he's not afraid. He's going to run the ball. He's going to run the ball on first down. He's going to run on second down. Hell, he may run it on third down because that's the game plan that gets Green Bay wins.
Yeah, I think he's come to the realization as an offensive coordinator that, hey, if I don't put points on the board, it's okay. My defense is just that good, and it's okay to punt the ball. The Cardinals have a different philosophy. They do not want to punt the ball right now, and that's been their struggle.
I have no idea how Josh Rosen completed that pass.
I don't know, and that should have actually been a touchdown, but he was so worried about that.
Like,
He switched on and whiffed. He went out of bounds.
As he starts his full-screen Green Bay game, listen, the other game is still going, and Arizona is just shy of the red zone. Hand off to David Johnson up the middle. He'll fall forward to the 21-yard line. Second down and 5, though, for Green Bay, as they put together a nice game against the Chicago Bears team. 7-6 Chicago on top.
We got a
Green
giveaway
Bay.
We're doing at the end of this quarter, right?
Oh, hey, yeah, right.
Giving it giveaway. We can actually do it in the fourth. Let's just do it in the fourth. Let's set it up now.
Fourth quarter, we're going to be giving away a piece of merchandise from our clothing sponsor, Came From Nothing Clothing. You can check them out, cfnclothing.com under the NBL tab. That's what you get, a piece of clothing of your choice. We'll give that out during the fourth quarter. And it's going to be a subscriber-only giveaway, because that's what we do here. We reward the people who do subscribe. If you are a follower, you got Amazon Prime. You can actually subscribe for free for 30 days, and you can be entered in tonight. You have until we'll do it about the 2-minute warning in the fourth quarter of this Green Bay Chicago game. We'll draw that one. You just got to be here. It's that easy. Third down and 5.
Biggest third down of the game here.
That probably wasn't what he was hoping to do.
Yeah, that was just a bad throw by Wentz. I liked where he was throwing. He led it inside. That might have been actually a first down. Wentz just loses control over it once again. That's 2 bad throws we've seen from Carson Wentz, as we got a man down for the Chicago Bears, grabbing his lower back. That could be multiple games for a talented player on the defensive side of the ball, but I don't know his name, but he's on the Chicago Bears, so I assume he's talented because their defense usually is top in the league, not so much this season. Let's see if the Bears can kind of capitalize here on this field position given to them by the Carson Wentz quarterback for the Green Bay Packers.
Toss underneath. Ball's out. Ball's out. It's recovered by the Packers. I don't know if that'll stand because that was close to the ground.
That's close.
Davis on the drag. It's overturned. I just had the feeling it was too close to the ground. So almost a big change in events there. Bomber, that was just not let's go back to the interception. It wasn't a bad read. It was just welcome to simulation football right there. That was just a bad throw.
Yeah, the throw was just bad by Wentz, and we've seen so far we've seen one spectacular throw that probably should have been picked on the curl route on the right side. Me and you both saw that in the first half. Then we saw a bad throw on the left side of the field that just dirtballed it on the out route, and then we've seen now just a bad pass over the middle. So right now Carson Wentz not playing his best game.
Jordan Howard to the outside. Only 4 carries for Howard, and in Chicago, they haven't used Jordan Howard, I think, to the best of his abilities. He's a talented running back. We've seen it today, but they have gone to really a pass-first offense with Marquise Neal.
Yeah, absolutely. They've trusted this quarterback to make the plays, and so far he delivered early in his career, not so much in the last 2 seasons or season and a half so far, season and a quarter. Let's even come up big here inside the red zone.
2nd and 6. Neal looks over the middle. Miller, easy pitch and catch. Where was the defense in the middle of the field? The Bears say offensive touchdown, baby. We did it, Mom. We did it. Set off the fireworks. The offense found the end zone as the Bears extend their lead to 13-6.
Yeah, you see the Green Bay Packers in that cover 2. They like to run a lot of cover 2. They really trust their middle linebacker to get back, especially when the field's kind of tight behind them. So you see them making plays against that cover two. The Chicago Bears kind of picking up on it right now. Nice pitch and catch. Anthony Miller gets a touchdown from Marquise Neal. I bet you that feels good for the offense. First one of the day.
The kick is away, Green Bay. They've played a really nice game. It has been just some of those Madden sim inaccuracies from Carson Wentz that have killed some drives, and that interception, that was on Wentz as well. But Green Bay, plenty of time left, 3:29 to go in the third quarter. If you're keeping track of that Arizona-New York game, New York, they're driving there on the 13-yard line, 20-3. Giants on top. Arizona found a way to get a field goal. They had a nice offensive drive, a couple of chuck and prayer throws, but they were able to put together a drive to put some points on the board. It's 1st and 10 for Carson Wentz. That drag route got checked so hard as he came across the middle. Just stopped right in the middle of that one, but still picks up 4.
If I'm blitzing there and I don't see I got a direct pat to the quarterback and I see that guy coming, I'll probably stay home and just give him a little bit of a forearm or an elbow and see if I can just kind of knock him off a little bit before I go with a little delayed blitz to the quarterback. And right there, he just got caught up in all the muck of the blitzers across the middle of the field and couldn't get across. So he would have been wide open and probably picked up 20 yards.
Taking down and 6 for Carson Wentz and the Green Bay Packers, down 14-6 with the ball. Play action pass, rolling out to the left side, gets hit as he threw. That's going to be an incomplete pass. Lucky that he got that pass off. And now on 3rd and 6, can Green Bay pick up another big third down as Saquon Barkley, 14 carries, 88 yards, hasn't found the end zone because New York's just been doing whatever they want to this Arizona Cardinals team.
Yeah, they have, just imposing their will. This is the Super Bowl champions. If you put exclamation point season in the chat, it'll give you a little rundown of last season, what happened, and the New York Giants became Super Bowl champions of NBL season 36 after they defeated the Miami Dolphins in Super Bowl 36. You can find the archives on youtube.com/Madden Bomber League.
Wow, nice Miami throw Dolphins. There. So Wentz for
network, baby.
All the bad throws.
That's 2 and 2 right there. Yeah.
Shout out to XLucat with the Twitch Prime sub. Appreciate it, Lucat. You're entered for the giveaway for the merchandise in the fourth quarter, and certainly appreciate you supporting the MBL network as Green Bay's picked up a couple big third downs through the air. Now, you got to expect they're getting back to the run game. But watch out for Patterson in the slot on the left side. I think Draco's probably user-in on him. Shotgun formation for Carson Wentz. 3 wide receivers, 2 over to the left, 1 to the right side. So on 1st and 10, play action pass. Wentz stepping. Wentz sitting. Wentz chucking it up, looking for the end zone. What a throw over the top into the end zone to Valdez Scantlin. Carson gives, and Carson takes away, but what a throw, dropping in the bucket. He's got a long name bomber, and he's got a huge touchdown. Big throw to Valdez Scantlin.
It's now 3-2. He's got 3 Dotskis on the money, and only Carson Wentz can do this. I got his name backwards because right there I'm all caught up on this, and they're trying to tie the game up here. Let's see what they can do. 2-point conversion.
Empty backfield. Wentz dropping back on the 2. Step up, take that hole. Nope, he's going to look to the out route. That wasn't there at all. Wentz should have just stepped up and run. 14-12 the score, but what a dot. Bomber, that's connect the dots. Dotty dot dot. Over the top to Valdez Scantling.
We saw a low pass on 3rd and 6 that picked up the first down from Carson Wentz. That moved it to 2 really just accurate dots and 2 inaccurate throws. And that last pass, just the ability, it's almost like
welcome to the network, baby.
His deep passes are much quicker, much faster, and much more accurate right down the middle of the field. Big-time touchdown. The Green Bay Packers putting pressure back on Chicago. Still 2:24 left in this game. I'm excited about this game because there's still a lot of time left, and we've already seen the Green Bay Packers force some turnovers in Chicago.
Shout out to Cougs with the Tier 2 sub. You get the lip emote. Also on a 12-month streak. 1 year of subscribing to the NBL Network. Appreciate it, Cougs. As we got a ball game in Chi-Town. 1st and 10. Handoff to Jordan Howard over the right side. Big hole, but he'll be taken down at the 30-yard line. Nice play coming up from the cornerback position to make that tackle. It's gonna be
another tackle that doesn't allow you to fall forward for the Green Bay Packers. They have done a phenomenal job of stopping this team from getting additional yards.
By the way, I was just watching the Arizona-New York. It's just still on. Atlanta College just picked up a fumble.
Yeah, that was just it's just going south in a hurry.
And now, Green Bay, big hit over the middle there, setting up a big 3rd and 5. And Bomber, this Green Bay defense doesn't get talked about enough. They are athletic, and they are a hard-hitting team in the NFC North.
Yeah, this Green Bay Packers team, you said it. You took the words out of my mouth there. This is phenomenally drafted, more or less. These are all players he brings in, he develops them, he grooms them, he schemes fits them, and they fit his system perfectly, and you're starting to see the dividends pay off here.
3rd and 5, man open, blown coverage, it's Robinson. He's down to the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Bears. As somebody lost track of Robinson on the left side. Was that a cover 2? It was a cover two. It was a little fade route from the slot. Just running towards the sidelines, and Neal puts it on the money. A huge touchdown for the Bears.
Yeah, so he hits a little wheel route, little fade route. Well, it's a fade, not a wheel. He fades to the outside, and that safety on that same side, he gets caught inching in against that seam, and he gets wide open, blown coverage on the left side. Nice pitch and catch. Marquise Neal, second touchdown of the game.
Kick is up, and it is good. It's now a 9-point lead for Chicago. So
and that's probably why players shouldn't have chased the 2-point conversion on that last score, because now he finds himself down 2 scores. You know, you always want to keep yourself within scoring range. A 1-score game, chasing that point there this early in the game with 2 minutes left in the third. Now he's in a position where even a 2-point conversion won't help him out here if he scores again.
Mark Brawl in the chat saying, Play's got this. He's still got this. Pepe Fredo joining us in the chat. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see everybody hanging out with us. Little Thursday night NBL action. I'm OSU. I'm hanging out with my man, the Commissioner Bomber. Don't forget, Saturday Night Showcase coming up. 8 o'clock Eastern right here, twitch.tv/NBL Network. We're going to have the Lions taking on these New York Giants that you're seeing on the small screen on the left side, and you probably won't see it for too much longer because we're about to go full screen to the Bears and the Packers as New York up 23-3 over the Arizona Cardinals. 1st and 10 for the Green Bay Packers. Handed off. Big hole left side. One man to beat. That's Amos. He'll get taken down to the 42-yard line. Picking up 13. Bomber Williams is having himself a heck of a game.
Yeah, absolutely. He just gets to the left side. 12 carries, 58 yards, but they've been very punishing 58. It's just been runs that pick up 4 to 6 yards. It just seems like every time he's just kind of getting loose, and even at the worst, he's picking up 3. He's had a phenomenal game and just kept this team in it, and more importantly, kept those down and distances very short and allowed them to maintain that balanced attack.
1st and 10 for the Green Bay Packers. Shotgun formation for Carson Wentz. He's going to hand it off once again. Finally, though, that Chicago Bears defense we talk about so much, that's a handoff to Duke Johnson. Not a whole lot there. The Bears finally got upfield, Bomber. They've been dominated up front by this Packers offensive line. They're finally able to get a TFL.
That tackle for loss hasn't been a plenty there for the Chicago Bears, but hey, it's better late than never. $1:04 left in the third quarter, and they come away with a 3-yard loss there. 2nd and 13. You want to force this Green Bay Packers team to try to drive it down the field. Watch the left side. If Patterson's on a go route, can he beat his man one-on-one? That's the question.
Big Tight 2005 join us in the chat. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you so much for tuning in to NBL Live, broadcast 275 here on the NBL Network. 2nd and 13, it's going to be a toss play. Williams trying to get the edge. Ankle tackle takes him down for only a 3-yard gain. Almost got the edge there. Sets up another huge 3rd and 10, but Bomber, we know playa. He's not fazed by these 3rd down conversions.
Yeah, you can't really play the sticks here because he'll throw underneath the stick and run for the 1st down, or he'll take the big shot over the top. So right here, the Chicago Bears might just play it safe and get some over-the-top coverage and hope they can make the tackle in the open field, because the Green Bay Packers have that speedster, Derek Patterson, who can get over the top and make a play, along with Valdez, Scantling, a plethora of receivers, actually. St. Brown on the right side, Sanford and Trainer right to left.
Empty backfield for Carson Wentz on 3rd and 10. Big shout out to Under Oath with the 8 months of subscribing to the NBL Network. You're entered into our merch drawing during the 4th quarter. 3-man rush from the Bears. Oh, and down goes Wentz, the shed on the left side. Bakhtari goes down for the Packers, and the Packers will be forced to punt this one away.
That's the best lineman on the team. You don't want to see him go down. 4th and 16. I still believe in this defense, but the Chicago Bears have an opportunity to put this game away. A touchdown probably does it. That would be the nail in the coffin here for the Green Bay Packers, who have played a very tough game and made it interesting on broadcast 275. We're 25 away from 300 broadcasts.
That math wasn't good to start, but then it got back to good math.
I don't know where I got.
We're only 6 away, man, or
maybe
something like that.
I'm looking for 290, but yeah, 300. It's close. 25 away, man. I mean, that's just crazy. 300 broadcasts. Are you kidding me? Phenomenal job, everybody at NBL. Give yourself a round of applause.
All right, we're going to give the people what they want. We're going to go full screen, Green Bay and Chicago for the rest of the time. We'll keep you apprised. New York's up 26-3, though, in that other game. It ain't pretty for the Cardinals. As now, Chicago with an opportunity to maybe put this game away. Green Bay's been scrappy, but Chicago, big blown coverage. And now they're going to get a extra 5 yards. And that's the thing that Green Bay can't do. They can't be giving away free yardage through penalties.
No, not at all. 5 yards is actually big, too, because it makes it a 1st and 5 for this team. Now they're on the 50-yard line, about 11 yards away from field goal range. We've seen 60 already get kicked already, a 59-yarder. So the wind is with Chicago right now. You have to wonder what Green Bay is thinking. I understand they're going to get aggressive right here, but let's not put your defense in a hole. 1st and 10. 1st and 5, it's a big-time difference for a Bears team that kind of struggles to throw the ball intermediately. Expect them to ground and pound this to get the chains moving down the field.
1st and 5 now for the Chicago Bears. Let me hand off to Nick Chubb right up the middle. He'll pick up 3 yards. Chubb coming over to the Chicago Bears in the offseason, Bomber, looking for a little more of a power back with Jordan Howard still on the roster. And Chubb hasn't got a whole lot of time, but right there, that's what Chubb can do on these sort of 1st and 2nd and shorts.
Yeah, he can. He can fall forward. He can catch the defensive linemen that are maybe trying to pass rush. He can kind of just, find a way to get through them or get around them. He definitely has a little bit of a diverse kind of style of running compared to Jordan Howard. Is going to give you that more of a power game running downhill.
Big tackle on Jordan Howard. Game Master Key says former Bronco. I don't know if Chubb was with the Broncos in the league. I could be wrong, but that's Nick Chubb, the running back who is with the Cleveland Browns. Bradley Chubb is the linebacker for the Bears, or for the Broncos. JY Movie Guy saying, rare night off where NBL is live, so I had to check in and not just watch those replays. JY, good to see you. Hope all is well with you and the family. Former NBL member. Great to see you, JY. 3rd and 4 now. Big opportunity.
So here's the thing. When we are at Virginia Beach and we have something happen, a ball goes on the ground, someone needs to pick up a fumble. Oh, Jordan Howard just crushing through the defense. Excuse me. Great call on the draw on 3rd and 4.
Yeah,
I tell you what, you can't put anything past the Chicago Bears. One of the deepest playbooks in the NBL, and they are willing to just go unconventional to catch you off guard right there. Who would have thought a draw? Nothing about how they've been calling this game would make you think a draw right there, but it is. I was going to say, when a fumble pops out at Virginia Beach, and the first guy goes to dive on it like Kooks, and he completely misses it, are we going to say Madden got it right?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Game Master Key says Chubb was with the Broncos last season. He started saying Chubb went from Cleveland to Denver, so Denver had the Chubb and Chubb connection, which I don't know how we didn't get a shirt made with that one, but Jamie asking, JY Movie Guy, what's your favorite movie of all time? He's the movie guy. Works for the movies. 2nd down and 8. Chicago. I formation. Jordan Howard at the top of that I. Robinson Davis over the left side. They're going to throw it here on 2nd down. Oh, great job on the interior getting to Marquise Neal. Clock stops. Lucky that wasn't a fumble. Neal's had a nice game, Bomber, but Green Bay's done what they do so effectively. They've controlled TOP, and they've kept the ball in their offense's hands.
Yeah, they really have. Green Bay, if they end up losing this game, which might happen, it looks like it's going to happen, it's leaning towards that way, I would look at Green Bay and say, you know what, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this team does have even wild card potential. This team is a very tough out, a very tough team. Like I said, I still think they're about a year out from winning the division, maybe even making a playoff run. Just the amount of talent on their team is just undeniable at this point in the cycle. They've done a great job building this team. Very excited to see what the future holds for the Green Bay Packers.
Picked up by Zeitler. It pulls him back to midfield. A huge play on the interior of that Green Bay defense as Clark makes the play, prying the ball free, and Chicago's going to have to punt this one away. The Packers get a huge defensive stop.
How many chances will this defense give this offense? It just seems like all day the Green Bay Packers have been in the backfield, have been in the face of Marquise Neal. They've been able to make plays, tackle for losses, sacks, fumbles, batted down balls. We've just seen pretty much everything from this Green Bay Packers defense, and the offense hasn't looked too bad either. I still think they're a piece or two away from really being able to be a threat down the field outside of just a Derek Patterson show. But man, this Green Bay team, how impressed are you, OSU? Have they kind of exceeded your expectations?
Thoroughly impressed. And I think we always knew that Playa is the team builder king, but Playa has a great game plan. 21-12 though, they're down 2 scores with the ball here on their own 20-yard line. They're going to need some scores, and I think the problem is they've had so much success on the ground. That chews up a lot of clock, Bomber. What do you have to see from Green Bay on this drive? When do they have to score by, and what type of score do they need to give you the idea that they have a chance to win this game?
I need a score by 2:45 because I need to know that the Bears can run a couple plays when they get the ball back, and I don't have to burn timeouts because in the NBL you don't have to milk clock till under 2 minutes. I'd like to see them take a deep shot down the field to Derek Patterson one-on-one, particularly right now, this play, and just see if he can get down the field and make a play.
It wasn't quite a deep shot, but it was a nice throw by Wentz. 8-13, 145 and a touchdown. A great throw there. Bold defensive call with that sting pinch zone. They were bringing the heat. But Carson Wentz.
I would have liked to see
first
Max
catch
protect
for Patterson.
max protect and just see Derek Patterson go on a fly. Just say, hey, young fella, get down the field. I'm going to lob it up to you. Let's see if you can make a play. That was a nice pickup. Puts him in striking distance again. Let's see if the Chicago Bears continue to be really aggressive. And that might be a recipe for disaster defensively for these Bears team.
Dropping back, Wentz, rolling, stepping. He's got to throw the ball at some point. He had a couple guys that he could have looked to. Instead, he gets sacked by Abukem. Only a yard loss is going to bring up a 2nd and 11. Big Tight 2005 saying, where's the Cowboys at? They played their game this week. Fupachi saying, Wentz stats are better than he's actually playing. Agreed. I think the passing game for Green Bay has been suspect at times, but boy, that Dottie over the top to Valdez-Scantling is one of the best throws I've seen here on NBL Live. 251, 250 in county. We'll do that merchandise draw at the 2-minute warning. If you're a subscriber and you want to be in the drawing, put your NBL emotes in the chat. Let me know that you're here. We'll draw that in about 40 seconds of game time. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers for Carson Wentz. Clock is running. Wentz drops back. Blitz picked up nicely. That's a bad read, though. The linebacker underneath the whole time went for the high pass. Bats it away. Going to bring up a 3rd and 11.
That was actually a really well-placed ball, though. Yes, definitely a bad read by the user, but did you see where that ball was placed? Most quarterbacks, that's an interception. That's a turnaround defensive, two-handed, lands on his back. We've all seen that animation. Wentz kind of put it where the defender had to really stretch out and could only get a hand on it. Bad throw by the user, but Wentz, once again, kind of coming up clutch here a little bit at times for this team.
3rd and 11. And this could be the ball game. They're going to empty out the backfield for Carson Wentz. 3 wide receivers, 2 tight ends. 3-man front shown by the Chicago Bears. Play clock down under 7 as it usually is with this Green Bay Packers team. Only a 3-man rush from the Bears. Wentz sitting there. Wentz going to get sacked. Ball's out. Picked up by the offensive lineman, though. It's going to give him a shot here on 4th down, but Bomber. This is the concern with the Packers, is that they run the ball so well. They control time possession so well, but if you get up on them 2 scores late in the game, they don't quite have the passing attack to get it done.
But let's talk about their scheme. Well, we always talked about Porter not having an identity when he was the Redskins last season. This Green Bay Packers team is almost the opposite. They're going to win games because they do have an identity.
Running, I thought he was going to, he is. He's running man, he's got cover 0 on 4th and 23. Here. And this is Draco. Loves bringing the heat. 4th and 23. Empties it out. You got to throw it, Carson. You got to get rid of the ball. It's down goes Wentz. And the Bears are going to get a win today. A scrappy performance. But Bomber, it came down to the Bears were able to get up by 2 scores. And Green Bay just doesn't have the offense to keep up.
Yeah, they send the pressure right there. It was good to see the Chicago Bears defense showing some life at the end of this game. And it's just talent on the offensive line, talent inside the numbers. We see Derek Patterson, phenomenal, but they don't have much else outside of him. I like to see him bring in another piece or 2, maybe in the draft and free agency. But as of right now, you're just seeing the Green Bay Packers really struggling offensively, a little inept to make the big play. But they do have an identity. They ground and pound, and their defense creates turnovers. So when they create turnovers, they control the clock. And all that builds up so the offense of the other team is just consistently trying to drive the ball down the field, which plays into the hands of the Green Bay Packers. So I like the identity. I like the scheme in Green Bay. I do think the passing game just needs a little bit more talent, maybe at the wide receiver, tight end positions. More depth.
Let's give away this piece of merch again. CFNclothing.com. Shout out to Came From Nothing Clothing. Our merchandise
and you got to be
sponsor.
here right now. If your name gets drawn, you have to be
well,
here.
you can't draw it from people who aren't here.
Okay, all right. I didn't know I didn't know if it just pulled from subs.
Nope, it's pulled from people who are here. Last chance to get in this one. Put your NBL emotes in the chat. We're gonna draw it in about 10 seconds. Your choice clothing from our clothing sponsor, Came From Nothing Clothing.
NBL stuff only though on the NBL tab.
Yeah, it's the NBL tab. Yes. And here we go. Good luck to everybody. Let's roll this bad boy. And it is Eric G.
Oh, again? Oh, he's got so much. Him and Porter are in the collection. Eric G, congratulations. You win any piece of clothing that you want from the NBL. Maybe you can wear it down to Virginia Beach. We'll get a chance to check out that brand new gear. So don't get a hoodie. It's going to be hot.
Who's he? Does he got to message you, or is he going to Serp?
Yeah, he can message me. Actually, just message Serp. Yeah, message Serp on Group Me. Eric G, congratulations.
Congratulations. Big shout out to everybody. Saw a lot of new faces in the chat. Appreciate everybody checking out the NBL. Our next broadcast is going to be Saturday night. It's our Saturday night showcase. A little bit of a new twist we're doing. Much like the NFL has Sunday night football and Monday night football, we're doing Saturday night showcase here on the NBL Network. Going to bring you the best matchup Saturday night, 8 o'clock Eastern time, twitch.tv/NBL Network. It's going to be Bombers, Detroit Lions, taking on the New York Giants, who you saw obliterate the Arizona Cardinals tonight. a matchup of the last 2 Super Bowl champions. It's going to be Saturday night, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Don't miss out on that one.
I don't know how we set it up.
I'm just looking how to do it.
All right, we're going to raid Shotmaster stream right now. So, guys, hang around. Don't go anywhere. We're going to raid his stream. Give him some NBL love in the building as he's doing his last chance qualifier for the tournament. OSU tournament coming up big. Any favorites
Last chance
so
qualifier.
far?
Last chance qualifier is April 20th, live from San Francisco. Everybody getting prepped for that one. If you're not in the Madden Challenge, an unbelievably deep field. I believe 14 of the 16 people who are in the challenge have made an MCS final.
Wait, did someone give my wife a sub? She doesn't sub though, right?
I don't know.
Someone must have gifted
No,
her
somebody
that.
gifted it. Yeah, I remember.
Oh,
that.
okay, all right.
Again, Madden Challenge, different format from what we saw in the club championships. Not salary cap, it is draft champion. So a lot depends on that draft. What playbook you get, what players you get. But, you know, I'm looking at some guys who are incredibly successful at the club championships. Of course, Pavon, an unbelievable run winning the clubs. Got to look out for him. You got to look out for Joe Rice is sort of my sneaky guy. I was impressed by Joe Rice at the club championships. He fell just short, but he is such a methodical player. I think watch out for Joe Rice. But let me set up this. Let me see how we do this raid thing. So everyone hang out.
Yeah, don't go anywhere just yet. You got to tell me how to do it so when I do bonus coverage, I can do it as well, just to other people.
We're going to learn together.
Yeah, we gotta raid these guys. Stay here. If you're in the NBL and you're in grid, stick around. We're gonna go ahead and raid Shotmaster stream right now. Knowing our luck, we're gonna raid it and it's gonna go right off the air.
It's
Somehow.
gonna be like, and I'm done. Let's see. Pick a live channel to raid or host. Deal. I'm gonna raid Shotmasters. Congratulations, Chicago Bears. Great win here on NBL Live. Real gritty performance from the Green Bay Packers. Let me find, I think it's Shotmaster TV, right?
Yep.
All right, boys and girls, we're going to raid it. I'm going to click the raid button. I don't know what happens. I have no idea what happens, but we're going to raid Shotmaster.
We're trying it together. We're newbies on the raiding thing. We've tried it. We thought about it before. We always just forget. Not like we don't try to do it. We just forget, because towards the end we wrap it up and we go, oh, crap, I forgot to do it. Let's do it every time, though, now. OSU,
All right.
Let's make a journey
Ready
out of
to
it.
raid. We're raiding them in 4 seconds. Appreciate everybody tuning into NBL Live.
Throw up your NBL logos when you get in there.
We're getting ready to raid. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Don't forget Saturday night here on the NBL Network, 8 p.m. Eastern, Saturday Night Showcase. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. For my co-host Bomber, I'm OSU. Thanks so much for tuning in to NBL Live Broadcast 235. We'll see you Saturday night here on the NBL Network. Let's raid Shotmaster. Show your NBL logos in the chat.